It's Media Corner, and welcome back to another movie review, aka After I Saw. And today I'm going to be talking about the 2021 fantasy martial arts action film based off the popular video game series of the same name. And this is a reboot to the film series that all started back in the 1990s with two movies, which of course you may know I've reviewed both of those movies a couple days ago. Well, I reviewed the last one we've had before this one yesterday. So today, of course, I am reviewing the new Mortal Kombat reboot. So this was directed by McQuoid, and this is basically a reboot, as I mentioned, to the Mortal Kombat film series that we've had both back in the 1990s. We've had the first film from 1995, and then of course we had Mortal Kombat Annihilation from 1997. So this is again a reboot to the series, which we see this MWA fighter known as Cole, played by Lawson, and basically he seeks out to find warriors who are part of this fantasy world known as Mortal Kombat, which basically, for his world that he's in, is basically under threat by these evil forces. And basically we see Cole trying to basically find these legendary warriors who can help him to basically defeat the evil forces as well as save the universe. So that's pretty much the story of this reboot. Now, for going into this reboot of Mortal Kombat, back then I wasn't into Mortal Kombat, as I mentioned before when I reviewed both, when I previously talked about the two other Mortal Kombat films, but I started to appreciate the games when I was growing up, and I started playing some of the games as well. I play games with my friends, and I've heard about the films before, but I never watched them until this year, and I wanted to do that in preparation before this new one was going to come out this year. And of course, I kept hearing about the reboot all over the news about like if it is officially happening and stuff. And I heard this film had a bit of a development hell since back in the 1990s, when of course, for the original two films which you have from the 90s, Mortal Kombat as well as Annihilation, we were supposed to have a trilogy of that, but it ended up as a failure because, for what happened with the second movie, which I won't say because I mentioned what happened with the second one, like not from what happened after it was released and all that, but like what people have been saying about that sequel. And you guys can check out my views on the sequel if you guys want to know what I thought of Mortal Kombat Annihilation. But so, and I didn't even know much of the cast members as well who were going to be in this movie, and I didn't recognize any big names who were involved with the project except for the producer James Wan, who made the Conjuring movies, Saw, Insidious, Furious 7, and most recently Aquaman. I was really surprised to see him produce a Mortal Kombat film, and I thought he would. And to me, I kept thinking he could have been a director, so even though it was from this director's name named McQuoid, which this is basically his first film as a director. So, and when I saw the trailers for this film, I was of course curious to know how this was going to work. And when it was first time when I first saw the trailer, but from rewatching it again, I was really looking forward to it after I've seen the previous two Mortal Kombat films. And for those films, they were PG-13, and for this one, this is officially R-rated, and this is, of course, very violent. From when I saw the new trailer, it was a restricted trailer because it's a red band trailer, obviously. So in that one, we did officially get the gory violence like we had from the video games. And unfortunately, I think this film was supposed to be released in my cinemas in the UK area, but unfortunately cinemas are still closed due to the pandemic, but they're going to be soon reopening very soon, and I'm really looking forward to that because I really do miss going to cinema a lot. So unfortunately I had to watch this at home. It was like that with any other big movies I was really looking forward to seeing, but I had to watch at home, like Tom and Jerry or Godzilla vs. Kong or anything at all. So I watched this today, and I had a pretty good time with this reboot. I thought this reboot was pretty enjoyable. I'd say this is definitely a lot better than the two films we've had from the 1990s. But this film, like I said, this film is still enjoyable enough, but there are a few flaws I did have with the film overall, which I'll get into right now. My issues with this reboot, I thought, was mainly its writing. I thought it was a bit lackluster at best because there wasn't that much good origins to some of the characters in the film, like the characters we do love from the video games. But there was some good character developments I did like with some of the characters in the film, but there was some that were kind of a bit lackluster at best. Like it could have been, I wish it could have been a lot better, but it wasn't really bad or anything. I just thought it was like, it could have been a little bit better. That's what I was like, but I wasn't like annoyed or angry when I saw it. I was just like, eh. But however, that's just my kind of small issue I have with the film overall. But the things I did like about this film was, of course, the violence. The violence is extremely gory, like they did in the video games, in which the action sequences, I really enjoy the heck out of the action sequences. Like the opening scene, which is shown from the trailers, and it's been shown on YouTube recently. I was really enjoying from the first start of the film, when it was going to be like sort of like a fun movie, and I was having a fun time with it. And there was some more fun action sequences as well towards its final act of the film, which I also really liked. And the direction for those scenes, I thought the direction, they absolutely nailed it. At least it's not like, you know, the two previous films which we did have, but the direction from Simon McQuoid, I thought he directed the hell out of those scenes, and I think he did a really good job with it, so I can give him a big well done for that. And as for performances, all the performances, I thought they did a pretty solid performance, enough from none of these actors who I don't even recognize, but I thought they nailed from their characters like they were in the video games, you know, like Sub-Zero, Scorpion, and Liu Kang, and all the characters we love, we know we also love from the video games of Mortal Kombat. And I think I've got pretty much nothing else to say about this reboot overall, but just saying that I enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot better than the two previous films we've had before. It's not like my number one favorite video game movie of all time, but I would say it's probably one of my ones I did like, next to Detective Pikachu and Sonic the Hedgehog, and some of the ones I actually quite enjoyed. Although we haven't got much good ones in the past, you know, with some flops like Alone in the Dark or Max Payne or Doom or anything like that. But I still enjoyed this movie overall, and if you're a fan of Mortal Kombat, if you've heard about the reboot already and you're dying to see it, it's streaming on HBO Max in the US, as well as being shown in cinemas, but for the UK it's available to rent at home. So just to let you guys know how you can watch this film overall. So, and if you have already seen the previous two films, let me know what you think about those two previous films we've had before. So I would like to hear your thoughts, what you guys think of the two original films as well. So again, that's pretty much what I have to say about the reboot of Mortal Kombat. So for my rating out of 5 for the new Mortal Kombat reboot, I'm going to give this reboot a 3.5 out of 5. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching for my review of the Mortal Kombat reboot, and let me know what you think of this movie if you've already seen this today, or if you've already seen it already, because it was released a bit earlier for some countries around the world, but it came out today in the UK, as well as it came out in the US already, again streaming on HBO Max, and as well as being shown in cinemas. But for the UK, it's just available to rent at home. So again, let me know what you think of this reboot. Did you have a really good time with it, or were you a bit disappointed with this one? So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching for my review of Mortal Kombat reboot, and I'll see you all for my next AK After I Saw review, which I'm not sure I'm going to review, but I'll try and find something. But for next Friday, I'll be having kind of a lot, because there's a lot of things coming on Friday about reviewing each day. Like say for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I'll be doing that on my channel. So yeah, again, as always, this has been Foggins Media Corner signing off.